Hello, third graders. Welcome to science. We are going to continue with our study of botany. Today we are learning about vascular plants with seeds. You might be thinking, what is a vascular plant? We are going to learn that today. I wanted to start off with the vascular plant that we learned about last week, and we are going to continue our experiment. Make sure that you look at your grass seed experiment. And I just realized that we should have written, if you have Sharpie marker or maybe even a pen would work, when you look at your two containers, we have the grass seed that is in a well-lit area, and then we have grass seed that is in a darker area. I put mine in a cabinet. This is the one that was in a cabinet. This is my cup that has been near a window or outside, and I have not seen any growth yet. Maybe you have. If you have, let me know. Let your parents know so they can email your teacher. I'd love to see pictures if your grass is actually growing. Remember, this goes back to our experiment last week. Our grass seed experiment. If you did not watch this video, it is on our third grade channel as well. Make sure you do that, and you filled out a hypothesis. It says at the end of 1 week. Well, we did this experiment, started on Wednesday, and what is today? It's Monday today. So it hasn't quite been a week. Hopefully we will see some growth. We might need to let that experiment go a little longer, which is fine. I will keep showing you updates as well. Make sure you have a highlighter, and I also brought 3 different color markers that I will use at the end of this article on vascular plants with seeds. You can do that or continue to use a highlighter. Make sure you have a pencil near you so you can take extra notes if you would like to. Vascular plants with seeds. Read along with me as I read paragraph 1. Plants with roots, stems, and leaves are called vascular plants. Now we know what a vascular plant is. Plants with roots, stems, and leaves. Second sentence. Vascular plants are divided into 2 groups, plants with seeds and plants without seeds. Most of the plants we see around us are plants with seeds. Vascular plants with seeds include all flowering plants and those plants with seeds in cones. Vascular plants, remember, are plants with roots, stems, and leaves. Let's go ahead and highlight that. Plants with roots, stems, and leaves are called vascular plants. Vascular plants have 2 groups, plants with seeds and plants without seeds. The type that we are going to be focusing on today is the vascular plants with seeds. And they include all of the flowering plants and those plants with seeds and cones. So I'm going to go up here to our title, Vascular Plants with Seeds. We have, I want to do my arrow the other way, because in one type, the seeds, no, it should be the other way. You can laugh at me, it's okay. The seeds come from flowers, yes. So I want to show that we have flowers and the seeds come from the flowers. And then we also have vascular plants with seeds that come from cones. Sometimes when I add to a diagram, it helps me to understand as I read, or when I make my own diagram. Make sure you highlighted vascular plants and think as we read, keep saying the definition to yourself. Vascular plants, I highlighted. Those are plants with roots, stems, and leaves. And then we have 2 types, plants with seeds, without seeds. The ones with seeds, they come from flowers or cones. Paragraph 2. Let's get that a little larger so you can see. Flowering plants are called angiosperms. The seeds of an angiosperm are produced within the flowers of the plant. Examples of vascular plants that are angiosperms are grass, like the grass that should be growing in here, corn, bean, sunflower, strawberry, tomato, and dandelion plants. Trees such as apple trees and oak trees are also angiosperms. Can you think what we should highlight in this paragraph? The most important word, what we are learning about? If you said angiosperms, you are correct. What are angiosperms? Flowering plants. And the seeds, just like we noted here, the seeds come from the flowers. Let's go ahead and highlight some examples too, all of the examples. Grass, corn, bean, sunflower, strawberry, tomato, dandelion, apple trees, oak trees. Paragraph 3. Plants with seeds and cones are called gymnosperms. Examples of vascular plants that are gymnosperms are conifers such as cedar, pine, and spruce trees. Probably the one you're most familiar with is a pine tree. Think of those cones like pine cones. If you have cones from another tree, they're not called pine cones. But you can find cones from other gymnosperms as well. Let's highlight gymnosperms. What are gymnosperms? Plants with seeds and cones. And let's highlight the examples. Cedar, pine, spruce. Paragraph 4. Vascular plants need water, light, carbon dioxide, and mineral nutrients to live. We knew some of these already. Light, that we will see in our experiment that they need light. You probably already knew that though. And we added water to our grass seed cups. Did you know they needed carbon dioxide though, and mineral nutrients? Second sentence, there are 13 mineral nutrients plants need. The primary nutrients needed are nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. The secondary nutrients are calcium, magnesium, and sulfur. Small amounts of boron, copper, iron, chloride, manganese, molybdenum, and zinc are also needed. Farmers often add fertilizers containing mineral nutrients to soils that lack one or more nutrients. You can add fertilizer to give more nutrients to the soil. Farmers often do that. Let's go ahead and highlight what vascular plants need in this paragraph. Vascular plants need water, light, carbon dioxide, and mineral nutrients. You may have noticed some of the nutrients you may have remembered from our chemistry unit on the periodic table. Paragraph 5. Can you see this? The roots, stems, and leaves of a vascular plant each have a specific function in the growth of the plant. The roots of a plant absorb water and mineral nutrients from the soil. The roots also hold the plant in the soil. You can highlight roots, but I am going to use a different color because I want you to connect the part of the plant with the function. The roots of a plant absorb water. That's one thing. Mineral nutrients from the soil. The roots also hold the plant in the soil. If you want to highlight roots, you can. You don't have to write the numbers, but that might help your eyes look and think roots. What do roots do? And you have a 1, 2, 3 by each function of the roots. Paragraph 6. The leaves of a plant make the food a plant needs to live. The leaves also absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and release oxygen back into the atmosphere, which we need to breathe. Take a deep breath. God has made this work so amazing. We need oxygen and plants release that. Let's go ahead and either highlight, so sorry, third graders, either highlight or use another color. I am going to use green. Underline leaves. The leaves of a plant make the food. The leaves also absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, and 3, release oxygen back into the atmosphere. Let's read about the stem now. We are almost done. The stem of a plant carries water and mineral nutrients from the roots to the leaves and carries the food made in the leaves to all parts of the plant. The stem also supports the part of the plant above the ground. I will use a third color, orange, to underline stem. And number the function, what a stem does. Carries water and mineral nutrients from the roots to the leaves and carries the food made in the leaves to all part of the plant. The stem also, number 3, third thing, supports the part of the plant above the ground. Tomorrow, we are going to open up and see the embryo of a bean seed. And we need to do some preparation, some prep work for this. I don't know if you can see this. This is just a small bowl of water. I need you to take your bean seeds that were in with the grass seed, but you did not need those. If you can't find these, you can watch my experiment tomorrow. Or if your parents have some type of bean or seed, you can use that instead. Make sure that these soak for about 8 hours. Overnight would be good if you want to do this tonight. They will be ready in the morning. They can soak a little longer than that too. Okay, good job, third graders. You can replay this if you need to, highlight or underline any words, and it would also be great to reread it to understand the information better. Have a good Monday.